I'll call the meeting to order at 5:45.
All right, roll call. Chair Martin Gilmore.
Here.
Vice Chair Conrad. Here. Erica Tracy. Here.
Here.
Thank you. Yeah, we know the working now. Stacy Potash. Here. English School Liaison Emily Ancona. Here. Excused, we have Reese Adams and Shane Smith. Staff, we have Director Christina Underhill, Library and Cultural Arts Manager Bethany Lafferty, and Tony Arnoldy, Event Supervisor. And we do have some guests. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Lynn Peterson. I just recently applied to interview to be on a commission or board, so I thought I'd drop in and see what it's like. Just been a resident of Englewood for 3 years now. So.
Welcome.
I'm Lee Bertman. I'm a library associate downstairs at the Englewood Public Library, and here to just talk about an event we want to help find sponsors for, see if maybe we can get a little help.
Great. Moving on to the approval of the minutes.
And I do have some minutes here. Here's another copy too.
Erica, motion.
Okay.
Kyle seconded.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Let's go on to the recognition of public comment. New business with Lee Bertman.
So, hi. Introductions are over. So I'm here to go ahead and talk to everyone a little bit about an event that the Englewood Public Library wants to start again. It used to happen way back in the day before the pandemic. We used to have an author event, an author fair at the Englewood Public Library. And then it kind of trickled out and went away. I remember 10 years ago when I came to Englewood Public Library as a librarian for the first time, that this was a big event. We had like, double digits authors showing up, lots of people from the community coming here. We want to see that again, basically. We want to be an important part of the cultural hub of the city of Englewood. That being said, it takes some money to do all that. But let me tell you a little bit about what we envision for the event. We're going to be hosting this event as a part of our summer reading kickoff. So it's going to give readers and community members an opportunity to sign up for summer reading. We'll get a lot of families in. A lot of people who maybe don't normally step into the library will have a chance to come and visit us again, who maybe, stepped away during the pandemic and never quite came back. Now's their chance to see, hey, we're still here. This is an exciting place to come. And look who you can meet. You can meet up to 25 local authors. That's what we're hoping to attract. Up to 25 local authors, by local I mean Colorado, who are going to come and present their books. They'll have an opportunity to sit on panels in the afternoon. They'll have an opportunity to do lightning round talks. So if you have like a YA author who wants to talk about their snazzy new book, they can go ahead and do a lightning round talk. We're going to have raffle giveaways, as well as possibly try to attract some authors to donate some of their books as a part of those raffle giveaways, as well to say a big thank you to local authors and to say a thank you to our local sponsors for the event. We're going to host a lunch in the middle of this. So I'm going to pass out real quick. How many people do we have here? I'll just pass out a ton. If you can pass those out. This kind of gives you a rundown of what the day will look like. And also, if you look on the second page, you'll see what we're looking for in our community to support us in this event. We're hoping, this is a big hope, we're hoping to raise about $5,000. We just sent out emails right before the holidays. And so far, we have heard back from Pirate Youth Sports. They're giving $500. We've heard from El Dorado Water. They're going to donate water. We're also open to, thank you, in-kind contributions. So it doesn't have to be cash. It could just be, a local restaurant willing to go ahead and sponsor the author lunch. And in return, we put sponsors logos up on all the merchandise that we're giving away as a part of the raffle. We're going to include sponsor names in all of our social media advertisements. We also want to coordinate with other departments through the city of Inglewood to say, hey, we're here and we love you and we want you to love us. And so that's why I'm here, to basically tell you that this is what we have in the works right now, and to solicit the possibility of the of your organization contributing to this event. And that's it. And if you have any questions about the sponsorship package, it's on the second page. It kind of gives a rundown. So as little as $100 or as much as $1,500, and we're open to literally anything. So.
And you said you have about 700 raised out of your 5,000.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. And we're even open to the idea of, so right now I'm working with, I can't remember his name. It's like the deputy of Inglewood Schools, Ryan.
Right, yeah.
Yes, I remembered his name. I've talked to him and he actually said that they can't actually donate any money, but they're willing to work with us, maybe have someone come over to the schools, give a talk about what kind of event, try to help reduce, that learning loss in the summertime by promoting a program where kids and families can come and enjoy it, learn about local
Are you gonna
authors.
get Truman? What's Truman's author's name? She lives here. She's in Denver.
Possibly. I have a long, long list.
We're very into that book.
Okay,
So you should
okay.
probably get her.
So yes, it's early stages right now. I mean, we've put together what we want it to look like, how much money we want to raise, a list of authors. We have about 60 authors so far, but we want to actually have be able to elicit more authors, possibly. We have a limit though of
Your goal is
25.
20, yeah.
25, just it's a space situation, unless we can kind of overflow upstairs. And if it's really nice, we could even go outside. But right now, since we're sort of restarting this type of event, we're thinking, okay, start a little small and build from there. This is also the beginning of the possibility of starting potentially a friends group for the library. And also, once we could potentially get a friends group going, which is a nonprofit, we can start applying for grants. And that's just going to help contribute overall. This is sort of the beginning of it all. So the more support we can get from community members such as yourself, the better off we're going to be in the future.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thanks.
Your sponsorship packages are very reasonable. And I know I have several friends and relatives that are like real estate agents, and they might be interested in just because they're so reasonable, like they could have their name on something for
we would
a
love
very
that.
reasonable
Right.
price. So I would be happy to pass out the information, but just so
Absolutely.
if anybody else has connections in the community that way too. I always like to see them. I'm used to nonprofits, so I'm like, wow, those are really reasonable.
And the sponsorship package is a part of the City of Inglewood sponsorship package overall, and so that is available. So if, and I can send that link out if you don't already know where that is, where to find that. And there's it, Tony.
Tony does.
Yeah, Tony knows where it all is. You're the one that got me on this in the first place. So
I'm like, Christina.
looks familiar, yeah. So yeah, Tony knows where to find it, I know where to find it, and I'm happy to share that with anybody who may have some contacts in the community, be able to share any of this. So the more people we get involved, the better off we'll be. So,
Yeah, I'll take a couple extra. I can pass it
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
And it's all on the city website too.
Yeah. Pass out as many as you want. I've got
Okay.
everything saved.
Too.
Did I?
We have these.
Yeah.
We have access.
Shows, I was like, yeah, I think it's the Friends of Inglewood, they're putting on the state of the art and like similar, not, where I wish we had similar, I wish we also had that for Inglewood.
I'll forward you guys the sponsorship tier thing, and all that you can forward on to your,
Okay. It was forwarded to me.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me come.
Yeah, thanks for putting this
Can I
together.
stay and watch
Yeah,
this?
yeah. You don't have to, but you can. Okay, moving on to Kyle, update on the meeting with Redline.
Yeah, so I met with Redline yesterday and it was awesome. I'm so excited they're coming to town and it sounds like they're gonna be taking their lease here sometime this month, correct? Like the 18th or something?
Potentially,
Yeah.
we know they're getting close. for
Close,
the
yeah.
deal that they've got across, yeah.
So, okay, so soon.
Soon.
And so we kind of discussed like, how could we connect more cultural arts commission to them and them with us, and then greater goals of supporting the art community in Inglewood. They're really excited about an open house party scenario at their place, and what I love is they're willing to take on most of the work. So it's not quite like a subcommittee where when we've done events in the past, it's kind of like a subcommittee's done a lot of the work. They're willing to take on a lot of that for us. So that's awesome. Like the most we might help with is like some sponsors for the event. So I'd love to propose that we just designate money for that open house and then hand it to Redline to put towards that event. And they'll coordinate the rest. And they know they can't do alcohol or spend the money from us on that. They also want to do an art series potentially for artists in Inglewood, which is great because we've talked a lot about meet and greets and about educating artists in the community. And so I'm really excited for that. That's potentially something they're going to come with a proposal, more clear proposal for us, but they would be potentially seeking some funds from us to support that endeavor. I'm also going to work to try to connect them with artists, the list we have, get them connections of people that I've talked to a lot in the community who want to be more involved. And so we're going to try to bridge that. I told them about the need for more communication about what's happening in the art community in Inglewood. I don't know that they can necessarily fully jump into that because they kind of have their goals, but I think the conversations are starting within that art nerve, and so that's good for our community. And so yeah, I think it's a really exciting time for them to be coming in, and so much potential. And I'm really excited for art series, and I'm really excited that they're willing to take on a meet and greet with artists in the community on a regular basis in their space. So they're willing to do that. And so that's kind of my update on Redline, if anybody has any questions. But I'd love for us to maybe think about more funds for them down the road, because I think they'll need some of that to kick off with those meet and greets and getting that art community established and running like art series. Oh, the other big thing I forgot to mention. So for our median art project, they can do all the legwork for us for insurance and getting the stamps and the CDOT stuff. So they can do that nitty gritty hardship that a lot of artists can't do for themselves. And that's something I didn't realize, like, I know we probably already posted the call, but if we have people who do submit that are local artists to Denver, they're willing to take on all that legwork for them.
Okay.
And so just for us not to forget that, and in the future, as we look to post or do cafe with more art, they're willing to do all of that for us now that they're in Inglewood. So if we're gonna put out other cafe calls, like they can do the insurance piece, they can help the artist with all of that. And so we don't necessarily need to put that in the call. We can put in there like Redline's willing to assist and provide the funding for that. So that was kind of exciting for us because it might allow more artists that are local to Inglewood or Denver who are like, I don't want to pay the big insurance and I don't want to deal with all that. Like Redline's willing to like kind of do that lift.
And that may be something, as we get closer, kind of our top 6 or whatever, or, do you know what I mean, at that point? We'll see.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it was really exciting to hear that because I'm like, that's a big barrier. Like we were even talking about the median call and they're like, a barrier is like, yeah, people don't have the insurance or they don't understand the process for it and it feels scary. And they're like, that's what we do. So anyway, yeah, it's awesome for us and for the artists too.
Did we set any money aside for the Redline stuff? I feel like
For the meet and greets we did.
We did for the meet and greets. I think the big thing to think about, which again, Louise is going to send me a more clear proposal, is potentially putting some funds for like a summer art education series. She hasn't given me a number yet, but my guess would be like 2,000 potentially. But I'd love to see us educate because I think that will, for us having Redline here, that's a great way to set up the community for a lot of other art endeavors. even though it's not necessarily a mural as the outcome, just the potential outcome for other things is really big.
That's great.
One of the cool things too is part of their agreement with being in the Spark with EDDA was that they will also participate in the events and stuff too. So it's really kind of cool how it can come full circle. So, you know, if it's a market and then they have like a come ask us a question or, you know what I mean? So it's like just kind of immersing into all of it. One-stop shop for artists maybe. So it would be great. Super excited.
Cool. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, okay. Moving on to the 2024 budget. Mostly I just wanted to see, last month I gave everybody the budget kind of an outline. Were there any like significant changes to any of that? Does anybody remember?
I think we have two things that might be a significant change. We have the library. If we put some money towards that.
Yeah, right.
And then I think Redline, if we upped, like for an art series,
Okay.
that could be a budget change. So those two things would be a budget change that we did not factor in.
Okay, so it is up on the screen.
Okay.
If that helps.
So we proposed 1,000 to 3,000 for the meet and greets set aside, which if we wanted to, that might be stuff that we could use to support the Redline things. Then we have kind of a miscellaneous, the leftover at the bottom of the budget.
13,000?
No. I think that's,
28,000.
no, I think that, there's a typo in there, that should be,
So-
it should be 3,000. Oh, because we changed, that's
So,
right, yeah.
I was gonna say, I did have one that had the 25,000.
Right, that's the one.
And then did we, because I remember adding in that 10,000
Yeah,
to the,
mine has 3,006.
so
we're-
the art maintenance reserve, did you,
I didn't.
is that 15,000 incorrect? Should it be the
It should be
25?
25.
Okay, so then we
But,
only,
but then we had discussed for miscellaneous stuff, possibly tapping into that.
okay.
Yeah, I think that's where we reduced it, because we don't have quite 100,000, which you have to reserve 25%
Oh, right,
for maintenance.
Okay,
And so that number was reduced from 25
that's right,
to
yeah,
15.
that's right.
to 15, I think, so.
Okay, so we do have.
So you do have more
Left, okay.
left.
But we also have some other proposal projects for the future, like the stuff at Dartmouth, at the intersection. There's wayfinding placemaking money for that, but I think that we probably have ways to fund this stuff going forward.
Because
And
I
I
would
want to say
love
we
to
have like
think,
50,000 in wayfinding placemaking, so that could be murals or other art,
okay.
defining where you are, yeah.
Okay,
Is that money guaranteed at this point?
I keep holding on to it, yeah, that's where we kind of maybe can start working towards something like that, getting a mural up that's welcome to Englewood. So that way we can expend some of that and we don't lose it. If we let it sit there longer than this year, we probably won't have it, so I think that's the goal, is to try to spend it,
All right.
yeah.
And those are, so for those, the two city murals, that would be a good way to use that money, right?
Yeah, like yeah, for sure.
The two that have been proposed that we haven't spent yet, okay. Because I would love to take Redline, I would love for us to think about maybe for Redline meet and greet and the art series to think between 4,000 and 5,000, maybe, or do 4,000 would be my guess, but I don't know that it will come to that. That would,
they'll bring in a proposal for what
they'll bring
they
in a more
asked.
clear proposal, but
Okay.
she was thinking that usually runs around 2,000.
Okay.
And then I'd love for the library tonight to think about maybe doing a sponsorship at 1,500.
I think we can probably do that. Does anybody have discussions about any of that? It seems like exactly the kind of thing that we should put money towards.
Yeah.
I know we can, like, I think we've talked about this before. There's a lot of people asking for murals in Englewood, and we could spend our entire budget doing that. It's nice to, it's nice to spread it around a bit.
I also love to, I think for me too, I think with the Redline kicking off here, like the investment we make now will really support our art community down the road. And I also think investing in the library, especially post-pandemic, is so important for the community. But yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll keep having mural requests and
Yeah,
It's also January.
Yeah.
So.
so you want to up the meet and greet funding to 4,000?
Maybe not meet and greet, maybe like,
You just want to change that?
I just think Redline, like if we put that under Redline, but really like that
But specified for those events.
for those events, yeah, the art education series and meet and greet.
Anybody have discussion on that?
Is that budgeting, or we're not actually voting on that because we don't
Yeah.
have a proposal,
Right.
correct? Okay.
Just thinking.
I think if it's in there, then we don't spend it yet until we get the proposal. But I'm also open if we don't want to spend it on that, that's okay too.
Well, do we need to change anything? I don't know. If we need to change anything.
Do you want to go ahead and update this amount, or?
Should we just turn it to 4,000? Because we want to do the meet and greet regardless of whether it's
Yeah.
Redline or whether it's us.
Yeah.
Okay. Library festival. You say 1,500, Kyle?
I think it would be really nice for us to invest.
Does anybody have thoughts on that? I haven't made a motion or anything. Does anybody have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I move to spend $1,500 for the adventure begins at your library.
Second that.
All in favor?
Okay.
All opposed? Okay.
Train.
Was it the train? Did they just derail?
Derail.
Hey, you
I
at
hope
least
so.
had.
That would have been an ongoing.
Be the first
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so that passes,
Okay.
right? I did the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Thank you for considering that. All the
It's
extended.
amazing.
Yeah.
Sent out a new.
Okay, so some things for the budget. So to think about that Dartmouth mural, what was the other mural that we wanted?
Well, the city had come to us for the 2 murals, but I think both of those could fall under wayfinding, right?
Yeah, so I think that the second, so Dartmouth is one.
And
Dartmouth
then
and
you
Santa
had talked
Fe.
about like the picture wall, right?
Right.
Like the,
Like, yeah, you could, yeah.
like a photo.
Somewhere on this building
Photo
here.
mural, yeah.
So I think that could fall under
And
wayfinding.
didn't the rec center have one that they were kind of toying with?
They were
for a
looking
moment?
at Mally doing
Mally,
something
okay.
there, but we have the cultural FCFD.
Yeah.
We have that funding that we
Okay.
could utilize for something like that. So I don't anticipate they'll come your way for funding.
Can we maybe make an active effort to look for the light boxes that don't have vinyl wraps on them? And see about doing some of those.
Initially.
Yeah, I know that the city manager asked about that.
And crosswalks have come up again too, just as wayfinding placemaking and on Broadway. So that might be another opportunity to relaunch the traffic boxes and the crosswalks.
Does wayfinding feel inspired to build like a bridge across Oxford for safety with some murals?
They would probably decorate it. I don't know if they want to build you a roof though.
Real traffic concern right now.
So if you see any vinyl wraps,
That might be
any places where we can put
What?
the vinyl wraps on the light boxes, will you just send it to me so we can make a list of places that need done, and then we can maybe put out calls to have those.
What were we talking about a while ago with the mini flowers that were here?
Oh, yeah, that's for the city entrance at the,
Okay.
on Hampden, right? The
They can change out.
Oh, those are being completed.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
okay,
not a
cool.
wayfinding
Yeah,
place.
yeah, it triggered
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, so that's, communications department is running that project and it's underway and I don't know if they've been installed yet, but I think we're getting closer.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Any other comments about the budget or things that you want to change on the budget? At this point, we can share it with everybody and make
I'll
sure everybody
update
has a copy of the
the
updates.
table and send it out.
That gives us an idea of what we're doing for the
Have
always.
we
So-
put anything aside for murals? Are we going to do murals and mason jars this year, or have we decided against?
We haven't been asked yet, so maybe,
Right.
we'll see. Depends on what they need. I think with that, the stuff with, I guess, do we put stuff aside for murals? Yeah, for framed art, communications. So possibly, if they, depending on what they ask for, we can maybe put money aside for it, but I don't know what we need to plan for. It's subject to change. Does anybody?
Do you mean for the mural for that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we gave quite a bit this last year for that. I love that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was cool.
It's so vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I have no opposition to it. It's just, what do we plan for? How much?
Many.
Ask,
Yeah.
So I think because we have a reserve, if we just wait until we find out what's needed. Okay. Anything else? All right. An update on the Hampden media and art calls.
We're getting closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep looking for it every time I take my kid to preschool.
We're still waiting for for the artists or CDOT to approve the colors for You Can't Pin Me Down. That's been a process. And Debbie's headed this up, so if you want to talk about it, go for it.
Well, no. So the colors that were submitted, when he submitted the proposal for the piece, they were colors similar to traffic signals. So with the help of a staff person who used to work for CDOT, we've kind of narrowed it down, we think, to colors that may work. A purple, a turquoise, and a light green. They have to be matte colors. They cannot be anything that's going to reflect sun or even at night. We were there was a brass color we were kind of thinking would be neat, but we do have his stamp of approval. And Rainbow Point, she did get her art from the city of Brighton, and they are finalizing their stamp of approval. So we'll have that ready to submit to CDOT as soon as we're working, we have a new, the contract ended for the landscape median company that we were going to do the traffic plan with. So we're trying to figure out how to proceed with that. So.
Yeah, we have some options. Once CDOT gives the go-ahead, we'll either use our public works team to do traffic control. That's the tricky piece. So it won't take long to install. Like, they could probably run out. If you've ever seen Jimmy Fallon in their crosswalk show. But they could probably install them pretty quickly, but we've got to follow what CDOT's asking. So we hope these were in October. It's now going to be January, end of January, maybe February. So hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have a better solid, like, we've installed or it's going to be installed on this date.
We at least know for the second call that this one's gonna go quickly.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be, and
I was gonna ask, has the call been posted to?
so, everything has been, uploaded, and, Cafe is now doing a final review approval. It should go live tomorrow.
If it does, can you email me the link?
Yep.
Thank you.
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah. And then I have that running until the end of March, the 31st, so. It does state several areas in it, but then also under terms where the artist has to agree to it, that they are a Colorado artist.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, hopefully that will really help narrow it down.
Thanks. Upcoming events.
Yeah, so here we go again. Super excited. We do have all of the traditional events, I guess you could say, are returning. And so we'll have the summer markets and the tree lighting. So the things that you guys so graciously supported last year, we would love to have your support on again this year. And been super excited about just incorporating the art component into all of our different events, and especially if Redline's here and all the different things that we can do and get the crafters, artisans, and all to be part of our events. So yeah, the sponsorship package, sponsor and vendor package are online and live. And we have an early bird special of any vendors or sponsors that sign up before Valentine's Day. I'll waive their $100 annual application fee. So if you know of anyone that's interested in maybe playing a role in any of our events this year, please encourage them to sign up before Valentine's Day and save them $100. So with that being said, super excited. I moved offices, so now I'm right by the library, so I get to do all your fun stuff now. I'm even closer. And so I love that you guys are going to help support that, because that's going to be an amazing comeback for our city to have that at our library again.
Thanks, Tony. Staff's choice.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back. And good luck with your interview.
Oh, thanks.
When is your interview?
22nd.
Oh, cool. Oh, we've all been there. Commissioner's choice. I'm playing a concert at Swallow Hill on February 24th, so.
Are you? Nice.
Come.
Are you
Sounds
going to
like-
play for us tonight?
Oh, I have to go teach after this.
Oh, that maybe we were going
Oh, we thought we were gonna be
I can play
serenaded.
guitar for anybody, but, yeah, if you're around on the 24th.
Nice.
All right, we'll adjourn at 6:17.
Thanks, Leah. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you all. This was an education and a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, considering stop by.
Yeah.